Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Rose Ward here, Stampersdelight.com. So glad you could join me. Hop on, tell me where you're from, share my videos, and you might win a prize on the next Facebook Live next Friday morning. So today, what I decided to do, well, before I always jump right into it. Let me just tell you a couple of things here. Okay, I'm going to put my glasses on so I can read it. Okay, first thing I want to let you know is a shout out to Diane N, who just joined my team last night. Hi, Diane. Thank you so much. I'll be in touch. Awesome, awesome deal. So with that, I just want to remind everybody that the sign on or sign up special ends August 31st. Okay, with that, for $99, you get $155 worth of product plus all your business supplies, and you get free shipping. I always forget to mention that because that's like a 10% savings. And you'll also get a $10 coupon to use for your first order. I think that, I'm pretty sure that's good till October. So I just wanted to let you know about that. The other things that I want to let you know about is don't forget that the bonus days, the coupons that you earned in July, you have to use by August 31st. It's use them or lose them. Okay. And then last but not least is the paper pumpkin for August. If you're already a subscriber and you want the add-on bundle, this gets confusing for people, okay? And it's a little confusing for me if you didn't read it, okay? You cannot add it on to your subscription. You need to go to my online store, Stampersdelight.com, and order it. It's $10 plus shipping and tax, and it helps you make more, makes these tags and bags into cards. Okay, so just wanted to make sure you knew that. You can order it online or you can contact me, but you need to order that as an add-on, okay? You can't add it onto your subscription. If you're not a subscriber and you want this, you have to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin first for the August kit and then order this, okay? I hope that makes sense to everybody. If not, just contact me, Stampersdelight.com, or leave me a message here. So that's that. Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. I see everybody coming on now. Janine, Vicky, Carolyn, Trudy, Stacy, hi, and thank you for sharing my videos. So today what I wanted to do, oh, the other thing is, this was really cute. I think it was my last video, Friday morning. I always have my cup of coffee. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, come stamp with me. And somebody commented about the jeweled mug I had. And I thought about it, and I don't know if you're like me, but you probably got matching mugs to your dish sets, and I never use them. I always use all these other mugs that I have that are special in some way. So I thought it would be cute on Friday mornings, and when I do my videos, I'm going to use a different mug every Friday and see how long it takes me to run out of mugs. So we're going to count this as the first one, okay? My Stephanie and Rose mug. That's my girlfriend, Stephanie. So grab your coffee, grab your tea, and let's get stamping. Okay. Put that over there so I don't spill it. So what I decided to work on today was, I know I did a Christmas one last week, but Halloween comes first. So I'm going to do a sneak peek with some samples that I did with the Monster Bash. Now I can show you everything but the catalog. And I'm going to, let me show you this. Monster Bash, okay, and I'll show you the rest of that kit. And I paired that up with, I know you're gonna wonder why, but Fanciful Fragrances. This is a vintage set, and it actually did pair up pretty good with a couple of things. So let's take a look. Okay, so for the Monster Bash, which is in the new catalog, and I'll put all the information there. The suite has the stamp set, some enamel shapes, all these ornate dies, which are great because even if you don't like Halloween or don't celebrate Halloween, you can order these dies and have them for all your sayings. Isn't that great? So those are the dies that go to it. The embossing folder looks like this, and I have that in back of me because I'm going to actually use that now. This, to me, hi, Donna. Hi, Chrissy. This to me looks very vintage. First hint, right? And then the papers, which of course I showed. Don't forget my paper share is online, so if you want to sign up, you can read about that. Here's the papers. All right. I'm not going to go into that too much because I've already done that. All right. So I teamed it up with a couple other things too. All right. So that is the sweet. Oh, and ribbon. Sorry. Black ribbon. So that's the suite in the new catalog. If you haven't gotten your new catalog, let me know. All right. So the other set was the Very Vintage, and that's on page Fanciful Fragrances. Sorry. Very Vintage was last year. On page 112. So let me show you what I did with that set first. Okay, so regular stuff in the catalog. Oh, always forget this too. There's my host code. This is the Fanciful Fragrances with Early Espresso and Crumb Cake. And it's just doing a background and then stamping right over there with the darker one. And there's the inside. The other one I did, now I'm teaming it up, okay? Are you ready? Here's some of the Monster Bash leftover paper. You see that? Again, that kind of matches the embossing folder. Okay, so here's where it gets paired up. There's the same, basically the same idea, stamping over everything, stamping the background, stamping the perfumes in a darker color. But I use the background paper for this from Monster Bash. So if you're not a Halloween fan, you can use it for this. Okay, I was just reading that Angie's having some weather problems. Here's one of the dyes. And then, of course, with the enamel, these are like a dark gray. So that teams up very nicely with that paper. Okay. The next one I want to show you is I did a little bit more of a vintage look, I think. Again, this is the paper from the Monster Bash. I was looking for the smaller piece to show you, but here you go. So the back of that is all the books. And that's crushed curry. And what I did for that, let me just put this away, otherwise I'll be digging for something later. So, yes, it does look like pretty DSP. This is our seam binding crushed curry. This is in the annual catalog. And here what I did, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's the embossing folder, and then I distressed it. And then I, of course, stamped that in fussy cut. Okay, so, I mean, that's another idea for using the papers to the Monster Bash. And then bring it in one more time. Oh, I'm going to move this because this is kind of, there we go. Nice white background so you can see. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Here's the same idea with the Designer Series paper, but using it as Halloween. There are the fragrance bottles, and I'm going to bring it up close so you can see what I did. I fussy cut on the Designer Series paper, which looks like that, all those little poison bottles, and I cut 3 of them out, and I put them like they're inside those fragrance bottles. So this is definitely a Monsters fragrance bottle dresser. See that? Okay. And again, now I started using the Monster Bash Spooktacular Bash stamp set. And then, of course, you open it up, and it's a Halloween card. So again, that's how I saw. I love this Fanciful Fragrances. I couldn't wait to use it. And I didn't get a chance before the new catalog came out. And that's how I saw it. Okay. All right, so let's see. What else do I have to show you before we get started? Okay, so with that, here's a couple more cards. This is also Monster Bash, of course. Now we're into Halloween. And this is cut out from the designer series paper. There's one piece that has a bunch of little pictures. I'll show you that real quick. The hard part is using which one you want to use. And you can cut those out. And some of them, not all of them, you can use the framelits or dies that go with it. Okay. So there's that cute one. So glad we're such ghoul friends. Another Halloween card. Look at that. There's that ornate die back there. And the ribbon. And this is scrap paper that I just lined up or teamed up with the other one. The next card, which of course I already... Where did I put it? It was my favorite card too. I move stuff around and then I can't find it. Okay. See, this is why I don't like to move the papers. When I move the papers... Oh, there it is. This one I especially liked. I'm going to show you what I did first. Okay. So I took this side of the paper, which I would use for scrapbooking. But I cut out a portion of it to make a card. And then, of course, on the back are those people again. Okay, the little monsters. Okay, this reminded me of my son and his girlfriend, Selena and Ryan, because they really get into Halloween, and they dance to that song, Monster Mash. This is Monster Bash. Okay, here you go. Are you ready? So there's the paper. Okay, this was also on that side of the paper. They're larger images. I'll bring that in again. See the larger images? You can cut those out. And this one I made into Selena and Ryan dancing to the Monster Mash. Come on to, I hope you all come to New York, Megan. Thanks. And Vicky, I'd love to go to Australia one of these days. Okay, so there we go. Another Halloween card using the designer series paper. And of course, you can see the designer series paper back here and the matching ribbon. Again, there'll be still shots on that. The other thing I used it for was a couple of, some people, moving all this stuff. Some people may not want to give out candy for Halloween, so you can make something like this. A bookmark, open if you dare, perfect for a book. If you want to give it to somebody for Halloween, you know, the kids go trick-or-treating, maybe you don't want to give out candy, or you have those special people, just make a bookmark and open if you dare. Perfect saying for a book. That over here. And then another thing that you can do is our little acetate boxes. You can decorate those. And again, I cut that out. Used our circle punch. Put the ribbon around it. And I just bought some candy last night so I can put it in there. What's this? Put that in there. So you can fit a couple of things in here. Let's see, I got a little Kit Kat. And a couple little mini Reese's. They actually fit more than there. Got like 4 pieces of candy. You could probably fit 5 or 6 if they were smaller. Yes, Donna, you know I'd be coming to see you in Australia. Of course, I'd have to bring Reggie so he can hang with Daryl. So there you have a cute little treat box. The other thing I want to show you is, well, let's show you this one first. Here's a little treat box. This is the one I was teasing you with. There's nothing in this one. But these are our coffin boxes, which I'm going to demonstrate. And you can put little treats in these and give them out too. And then there is always, this actually is paired up in the catalog with a Christmas set. But this is our mini curve boxes. Well, you tell Daryl, Donna, you two can come to New York anytime. You're more than welcome. We'd have a blast. We'd even go to the city, which I don't do very often. Okay, so this is our mini curve box. That's also in the new catalog. And this one I did with designer series paper. And I put one little treat in here. You might get 2 small treats in there. And you can give these out for Halloween. You can also do this in cardstock. You got to be careful if you use DSP because it is a little thinner. Okay, so that was my next one. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing I want to show you, and I'll leave the Fanciful Fragrances card to last because I want to get through these. Let's do this little guy. So the boxes come like this. When you get them, there's 10 in a package. And you have the bottoms and then the tops. And they're already scored and everything for you. So let me show you. This is the top that I already put together. And then this is the bottom part, which what I did was I already folded it up and I put my tear and tape on there. Okay, just to save some time. Now what I did for this piece right here, the top of that, is I just took one of these. You can cut it if you want, but I just traced it onto paper and made myself a template. And with that, I did it on this paper, which you could switch around if you wanted to, whichever one you want to use. This one right here, I used the silver foil, and I embossed it with the embossing folder. All right, so real quick, and I don't know where my other pick tool is, so we're just going to grab this one. I'm just going to pull these off real quick. Come on. So Halloween here is very big. Okay, I don't get a lot of trick-or-treaters. Actually, I don't get any. But I make little treats for my customers when they come to classes, and you know, my younger nephews, nieces, great nieces, nephews, and little neighbors, even though they don't go trick-or-treating, they're too little. Okay, so then you're just going to play with the box and just fold it just the way it shows. Okay, so this is going to go in here. I'm going to go ahead and push that together. This is going to go in here. Okay. Really easy to do. I use the tear and tape because you want something a little sturdier. Tombow would probably work too. And then just put it around here. And then you do the same thing with the lid, which I already did, just for the sake of time. And there's your little box. Okay, now here, we'll just fill it with a couple little treats. I'll be tearing into this later. Maybe add one more in there so you can see that it holds quite a few treats. Just close it up. Okay, so now to decorate it, and I'm going to decorate it a little bit different than this one, but I like the saying, open if you dare. I've already cut this piece out, and I'm going to use the bats. Okay, and I probably left my adhesive over here. So let me grab that. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to snail that down. And again, just make yourself a template. Go ahead and snail that down right here. And if you use the snail, the good thing about that is if you do it a little crooked, you can move it. Okay, I did a little crooked. So let me just lift it up. That's why I like using the snail on this. And then if you made the template a little big, you can always trim it. If it overhangs a little bit, I don't think that's a big deal. Okay, now on this one, you see I did the black. It's hard to see, but I did the black ribbon here. And then I used this piece. That's the ribbon that is in the annual catalog because they go together so nice. Then I took the ornate dies. And I already cut that out. That's going to go right here. And I've already, just to save time. Now this one I cut off the designer series paper. This little guy, instead, I stamped. So he's going to go right here. And I'm going to actually use dimensionals this time. This was flat. So in the new catalog, guess what we have? We have a package of black dimensionals, which I love the fact that they're black, because when you're using darker DSP or cardstock, the white sometimes shows up too much. So in the pack, you get 2 sheets of each, the large ones and the small ones, which I think is awesome. So I'm going to take 2 of them, I'm going to pop this little vampire. These will be going out to California, I'm sure. Pop that right there. Okay. That's still a little crooked, but okay. And then I'm going to do 2 more. And I'm going to pop that up on the coffin. Put him right there. Now for this one, just to be a little different, I'm going to go ahead and take a piece of ribbon and tie it around here. I'm not one for measuring, although I should, because I waste a lot of ribbon this way, but then I have to buy more. And I'm just going to tie that up right here. There you go. Slide that up a little bit so it stays nice and tight. Trim your ribbon. You can make that bow smaller too if you want, which I think I'm going to make it just a little bit smaller. There we go. But I'm going to leave that, you know, the little tail I'm going to cut off too. There we go. And then I have the open if you dare. Now you can put that right on the ribbon, or you can put it right here. I'm going to put it on the ribbon, and I'm going to use, actually I'm going to use some tear tape with that because I really want it to stick well. So I'm going to open up my box. I use these for a lot of storage. Okay, these are our full on boxes. I just got another set. I'm just going to put a little tear tape right there. And I'm going to put that right on there. Now what you can also do is, you want, if you're not going to open it, is put a dimensional there to hold it in place. But I'm going to leave it like that because I want to be able to open and close it. So there's our little coffin boxes. Save that because I'll be using that. Okay, aren't they cute? Okay, the next one I'm going to show you is the mini curve box, which of course I've already done. So this takes about a 6x6 piece of designer series paper or cardstock. And when you run it through, here's, let me take it out. There is the piece. I just have to keep an eye on the time. Fridays are, I have to watch the time because I have to get to work. This is the box. Okay. So I've already cut that out. And again, it's scored, and you can use either side that you want. I'm going to use the spider webs. And like I said, when you use this with the designer series paper, you got to be a little bit more careful because it is thinner. This fits, let's see how many candies we can get in here. Probably fit 2 in there. Yup, I can. And then you just squeeze those little handles together and just close that up. Maybe not. Maybe it's too. Let's try it. Oh yeah, you can. You just want to make sure you don't rip it. There you go. There you go. There's your little box. I got my little spooky tag. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to use my dimensionals again because I love the black dimensionals. This I have, whoops, you see I made a mistake on there, so we're using the back side. That's why there's 2 sides to the paper. Okay, we're going to do spooky. I love anything that says spooky. Our indoor cat, which we had for 15 years, his name was Spooky. And there I have this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, because this one I put a hole in it, okay, so I could tie the ribbon, I'm just going to go ahead and use this piece, okay. Maybe I can use that piece. Yep, I'm just going to tie a little knot here. Just use up some scraps. Doesn't have to be anything perfect. And then on this one, I'm going to go ahead and, again, take 2 dimensionals, put them kind of close together because it's going to go on the front. And I'm just going to put that right on here. That's right, Winnie-Ann. No mistakes in stamping, just creative differences. And now I have this cute little box with some candy in it for trick-or-treaters. And I used that piece of ribbon that I had left over. So cute, huh? Okay, so now let me show you the card I want to do, where I'm actually going to bring in the big shot. Okay, so remember this card? And we used the designer series paper from this, from the Monster Bash. Okay, so here we go. Got a piece of the basic gray, piece of slate. Again, we got that backside of the bats. And then I've got this white piece of cardstock right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my colors here. And let me just move this out of the way. I want this and this. Okay. So this, I'm using the smoky slate. I forget, I gotta hold that. So, and I'm just gonna go ahead and ink this little line saying up. And then for the side pieces, because it doesn't quite go, I'm just lining it up. It's just making it look like a background, so you don't have to be perfect on that. And we've got that. Then I'm going to go in and take, in the basic gray, the perfume bottles. And I'm going to stamp that right there, because I want that darker. Okay. Now I'm going to bring in my big shot, which is behind me, so give me 1 second. And I'm going to show you the embossing folder. So this is the embossing folder, which again goes with the Monster Bash suite, but you can use it for anything else you want. Let's bring that in. For this one, I didn't use the embossing folder, but for this one, I'm going to. So I'm going to take the embossing folder, and you could probably do both of them. I'm going to actually put both of these pieces in there, and I'm going to give it a run through the big shot. And I'm sorry I keep hitting the camera. And guess what? I forgot to get my other plate. So I'm going to try it this way. I think I might need the plate. I have I have the old platform here. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but I'm going to try it. Nope, I got to get the other plate, which I forgot. I'll just grab that. Not a video unless I forget something. Okay, so let's bring that back out. Now, if you have the old platform like I do, you have tabs, and you want to use tab 1, and you want to use 2 plates, because this is a thinner embossing folder, and I'm just going to run that through. Again, you can do them separately. I just decided to do them together. Because they're thin, you can. If you want a deeper impression, you can use the number 2 if it goes through. There you go. Okay, so now what you have is the paper. You can't see it, but it's textured. And this is textured also. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is snail this down. I'm going to put that right there. Okay. This one I'm going to do a little bit different. I'm going to take that ribbon. This one, if you see, I only did it over part of it. This one I'm going to do a little bit different. So I'm going to put a little snail here. Just to hold it in place. Go ahead and tie that up there. And then put it on my smoky slate. Whoop, ran out of that. I always have something else next to me. The fast fuse, I'm actually running out of refills for that. I bought a bunch of them when they were on clearance, and slowly using that up. Okay, we're going to press that right there. And then we're going to take this piece of cardstock, which I cut lengthwise at 4 1/4. Flip that around. Put that right on there. Okay, and then I'm just going to snip off another little piece of ribbon here. This is my cheat bow. I'm cheating when I do this. And then just fix that. Bring in my Monster Bash enamels. And you could actually, let's make this a Halloween one. Let's see if it works. Okay, so we got these little enamels, right? And let me take my pick tool. Okay, here we go. Let's see. This one will be for poison. And we're going to put that right there. This one is going to be another poison. We'll put that one right here. And I don't want a bird on there, I don't think. Maybe. Now we'll use another poison. They're all poison. And we're going to put that right on top of those flowers. Ta-da! We got a Halloween card. So then I'm going to take one of the pieces that I've already cut from the ornate die, and I'm going to make this into a Halloween card. So let's see what fits. So Gould, let's see if that'll fit. So you're going to give this to a friend. So glad we're ghoul friends. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. I'm going to take the basic gray, keeping it all in the same color. And that should fit right in there. Yes, it does. And then again, I'm going to take some of the new black dimensionals. Put that right up here. And then also on the enamels, you got some black and dark gray. I'm going to put one here, one there, and another little one right there. Bring in my other piece of cardstock here, and my saying for Halloween. Hope you have a spooktacular Halloween. I'm going to go ahead and ink that up real good. Hopefully I might have inked it up a little too good. Now this one, I put the, and here's a good thing to tell you. I put that label on, and it's so sticky that I can't get it off, and I put it on crooked. So what I always do is I stamp it, see how it's crooked? And then I'll stamp it again, just a twist. There we go. Now I know how to stamp it, and I'm going to be researching how I can fix that. And if I do it wrong, that's what the other side of the paper is for. Yep. Okay, it's down too far. You see what I did? So this is a good lesson here. So I need to bring this side up just a tad. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so use your blotter for that too. But I'm going to be searching how to fix that. Boo-boo. Okay? All right. And then just put this one in there. And before I put it in there, I should have put my little poison gems there. There we go. So that's how Fanciful Fragrances meets Monster Bash. I hope you like that. Cute idea, huh? And again, this one was actually my favorite for the two together. When I cut those little pieces out. Okay, so we're getting some ideas here. Slide a piece of dental floss under your piece. Okay, so you can, Angie says we can do dental floss. I'm assuming that it has to be the coated one. But we will definitely, yes, I will, Maureen. I'm going to be working on that today. One thing I did want to tell you, and again, I'll bring these all in. One thing I did want to tell you, if I have it here, a little, oh yeah. I don't know. We don't sell these anymore, but who remembers when they sold these to clean off your blocks? Okay. Well, guess what? I'm going to flip this for a minute. If you have one, great for cleaning glasses. That's what I use mine for. Okay, so again, let me show you the cards, and I'll do some still shots. We have the Fanciful normal card that you would give somebody. Made it into a Halloween card. Some little mini curve box. Oop, gotta go this way. Oop, there we go. And then we have, of course, our cute little coffin boxes. Our little acetate goodie box. Our little bookmark, which I absolutely love this. Open if you dare. Perfect saying for somebody that you're giving a book to. And then some more cards. My Ryan and Selena card. Dancing to Monster Mash. Here's another card. And then we get into the Fanciful Fragrances, again using the embossing folder. And one more, which is hiding over here, which I showed. And this ribbon is also in the annual catalog. And you can see this one I did emboss too. So I hope you enjoyed Monster Bash Sweet meets Fanciful Fragrances. I couldn't help myself. I just thought that was a great idea to put those little Halloween things onto the spray bottles. So, share my video, leave me comments, and I'm going to do another giveaway next Friday morning. Let's see what I got here. I have a paper pumpkin, which I would have done up, but I couldn't find my little bags. Paper pumpkin stamp set. Every day is a fresh start, hello, and little doodads, little stamps to make flowers and things, and with a pear pizzazz ink spot. Okay, so again, roseward.stampersdelight.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you back here next Friday morning at 8 a.m. I'm still on summer hours. Have a great weekend and a great week. Bye. Keep on stamping.